So this is the Nikkei. What we have here on the Nikkei are these beautiful dominant weekly cycles, which are then broken up into these minor thirds. If I zoom out on this chart, you can see how clear and consistent these cycles have been. And keep in mind, I'm going all the way back to 2018. You can see these beautiful rising phases and corrective phases, the rising phase and corrective phase, the rising phase and corrective phase, the very strong rising phase where we used up this whole cycle rallying, had a very minor pullback, then blasted off on the upside. So absolutely picture perfect cycle action here. What we're looking for at this point is for this to really roll over back on the downside into this next key intermediate term timing. The next key low is due 531 to 712. If we shift over to the daily chart, what we have here are just bullish cycles after bullish cycles with these beautiful signals here on the slim ribbon PO, all pointing only to the long side, and you can see the nice impulses we had here in each of these time periods, right? There really hasn't been any reason to be negative on the Nikkei. Now, much of that has changed, and let's highlight why. So you can see that we had this rising phase here and we had a rally. Now, this rally has turned over early in this cycle, and we are now in this corrective period here on the daily time frame. The next key low is due 428 to 518. Now note that we had this mid-cycle low due. This low formed a couple of days late, and I've drawn in this blue channel here just to indicate the likelihood of a bear flag forming, and we would look for this to turn back down one more time on the downside. So that's really the picture here in the Nikkei, a risky pattern setting up, but in the grander scheme of things, this is really just a big range. So we really need to break out of that range in order to get a more meaningful move. So really just a little bit of a flag, one more test lower, one more rally, then watch to see what happens in that next rally. Is there a sharp failure or not? So we'll have to monitor that, and that more risky time frame comes out in the later part of May. So just keep that time frame on your radar.